va se poser la question de savoir si nous sommes tous des zombies. Are we all zombies? Please. Ouais. I will ask you, because I'm bad in pronouncing names, to tell you names. You will do it much better than my poor Indian
Hello.
talking.
I am Soham. And
I'm Deepak. We are from India.
So, India, Supinfocom,
Yeah.
India. Can you tell us a little bit more about the school? We know, Arles and Valenciennes in France, but we don't know much about India.
Yeah, I think 8 years ago, this was a joint venture between Supinfocom Valencia and a DSK group in India. So they both worked and they established a new college in city called Pune, which is close to Mumbai. So it has been functioning for around 7 to 8 years, and yeah.
How many years are the courses? It's two.
Yeah, it's same. It's 5-year course. It's similar to the Supinfocom.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have teacher. I mean, it's the same animation, of course, and history of animation.
Yeah,
there was Juliette Marchand who came actually at one point. Yeah, worked.
Yeah, she did. Yeah,
okay.
Actually, yeah.
so we have this 5 years course in which 2 years there is foundation and 3 years there is advanced training. So in that 2 years you have to make a final movie in the last year, and in 4th year you have to make a single movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was your film. You did only the two of you did this film.
Yeah, we did this movie in our 2nd year. It was a motion graphic course, so in which we only had 5 weeks, so we had to execute this really fast.
Actually, this project was really interesting because it was just a 5-week project, and the aim of the project was to simulate a real life environment where you have really strict deadlines and you have a really powerful information that you want to tell, and how do you tell it in a really efficient and powerful way, and also in a really concise amount of time. Because as you know, nowadays, I think the attention span of people is not much as it used to be. So to be able to convey your message in a really powerful manner and in a really short time, I think.
So
And
it was kind of a social, political. We will talk about that, of course, but also graphic design way of saying it. It was really
graphic.
graphic. You play that. How did you work for that? It's two of you. You did a lot of research, and one of you.
And we also had to keep in mind one thing. We had the pressure of less time, so we had to find out a way to say the story. This was a very complicated matter to discuss or show. So we had to find out a style which was simple yet effective, and the colors, black, white, red, mostly we focused on that because it provides a very strong contrast, and it also tells the story more powerfully. And so we had to limit ourselves to some basic softwares which you knew at that point. We didn't know much. We only knew some of After Effects and Illustrator. So mostly we limited ourselves so that we can tell the story more efficiently.
So the story, at one point there is an image where you have all these people, in front of a store and a glass. It's coming from Dawn of the Dead or George Romero?
Shaun of the Dead, definitely.
And the mix between, of course, Dawn of the Dead and what we see now in the Black Friday and everything. So that was it to talk about that we are brainwashed a little bit by a lot of the commercial thing.
Yeah, definitely. Today, I think nowadays we feel that we need these objects or certain software to be able to do something. I think also it's because of the advertising. Advertising itself is an art, and obviously their job is to make you buy their stuff. And I think it's a really good area to visit. And also, if you see, actually you can see it in real life. You see an Apple store opening up. You see a huge line forming that. Actually, you don't need it, but it's brainwashed in your head that you require these objects or these gadgets or any type of goods.
Throughout the human history, there has been examples of zombification, like one point we discussed about the Nazi propaganda thing. So thing is, every person was zombified and made to believe some ideals, and they followed blindly the rulers, and then we can see how what destruction it has brought down to us. But now it has become much more commercial, which products are sold by manipulating the customers, and we are all actually zombified because slowly it's spreading, and like you can see that, for example, Apple stores and every other this kind of stuff. Yeah, Black Friday, whatever.
But it's kind of difficult because, of course, it's something important, but it's in a short story. It's not,
Yes.
obvious to do that because you're going from political propaganda to economical propaganda.
Yeah,
So
it was the whole script was really planned way before, like how we approach. Because ultimately, what we want to say that probably even we in this time, 21st century, we are zombified. So how do we approach the topic? So we go stage by stage. So looking at nature, looking at insects, then going to individual, then as a society, and finally coming to the day that we are right now. And I think also we worked a lot on transitions and stuff, like how do we go from one topic to another, because we cover a lot of topics in a very short time. So like if you remember like some circle coming up to change the subject, which is also deteriorating, probably even a circle becoming a zombie. So yeah, a lot of thought process went into even before starting the production of the film, so that we have a really good idea what it's going to be at the end and what we want the audience to feel at the end of the film. So yeah, that was really awesome.
did you watch a lot of zombie movie or political movie? A lot of them actually, zombie movie are political. So did you watch a lot of them? Which is your favorite one, or I don't know, the one that really influenced you for this film?
Zombie films?
Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead definitely is not that political, but yeah, I like to watch more war documentaries and war movies.
So that's it. That was
And
more documentary than actually.
movies like Valkyrie and all. It's really very inspiring. Not inspiring. I mean, I like to watch. I have some interest, and yeah.
Okay. Do you have any question? Zombified. Yes. One question. One question. Sorry.
Je trouve super parce que c'est pas moralisateur et je trouve c'est difficile de faire passer un message sans dire il faut faire ça ou il faut faire ça. Et est-ce que vous vous êtes posé cette question tout au long de la réalisation de pas dire en plus vous vous incluez dedans, donc je trouve ça super. Comment ça s'est passé pour faire passer un message un peu léger, enfin de manière légère, un message lourd mais de manière légère?
Since we have a really tight, not much time, so probably the main thing was just to put the question inside your head, so that after watching the film, you again going deeper. I think if you really felt, you will automatically go deeper into the topic. So just planting the idea in your head that this is possible, this is happening, and it's something that to be discussed about, to be talked about. I think that was one of the main intentions of the film, and I hope it worked.
Okay. No, but it was difficult not to make a propaganda movie because, of course, you will be in the same way of what you condemn. So did you always thought in your mind, saying, okay, we have to, be careful of that because
Definitely. It has to be very general, and it has to be very so that people can relate to it, something like that, and not targeting some kind of brands or people. Yeah.
Est-ce qu'il y a une autre question? Ouais, juste là.
It might be a bit too broad as a question, but I wanted to know, like, how's animation seen in India? Like, how is it something like only for kids? Do you have like a lot of short movies and stuff like that? I have no idea. So
It's a very good question, actually. Yeah, even we are not sure how the situation is in India right now. In our college particularly, there are a bunch of people who are trying to do some good stuff, but the thing is in India, the cheap budgeted animated series are going on right now, and that's why the quality is not that high. And like when coming to France, we can see so many awesome movies are promoted, and people actually love art. Yeah, that's something that is not there in India, in my opinion.
I think actually the work done in India is pretty good, but it's mostly in the outsourced market, doing work for really big companies and stuff. So what we need right now is really good scripts and probably just, you know, be bold with what you want to say, and not like, oh, this is the trend right now, so we should go in this direction. Because it's India, so probably just do something different and have really good scripts. And definitely, it's a really, the industry is really coming up. The animation industry in India. We have the workforce, we just need someone, good directors and good scripts. I think we can definitely do it.
Yeah, because there is some feature film, Arjun, Warrior, and there is some feature film in India that try to at least take legend from India and to put them in the big screen. No?
Which movie are you talking about?
Arjun the Warrior. It was a movie like we.
Arjuna.
So, yeah.
Arjuna. Oh,
Sorry
yeah,
for my
yeah,
pronunciation. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually that thing is going on in India right now because we have a very strong old religion of Hinduism, and our mythological stories are really very strong. And I think yes, we also need to promote that kind of stuff. At the same time, we have to look at the modern India, which is very different from the what's shown in the mythology. Yeah, that part of India has to be shown a lot, I think.
Okay. Well, I guess. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Bye bye.